What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Grind Force Gaming. Nova here with another Street Fighter Duel video, and today we are covering the Trial Realms. Okay, this is just one of the two videos that I'm going to be doing. This one is going to be for Summer Ibuki, and the other will be for Bumby Dulcine. This one is specific to her. I'm not doing both of them in the same video, but we are going to take a quick look at her skills. I've got her pulled up in the gallery. I don't want to dive too deep into, what she does and how she functions, because I'll do an actual review on a different video. But if you guys do want to just pause the video for a second, take a look at these skills and read them yourself, that's fine. You can do that. She's a trigger skill mechanic, so kind of like Evil Ryu or Gorken, and she is very heavily focused on speed. So before her release today, our best speed unit was Beast Zangief, and now it looks like he's been replaced. She is a master faction, so she's a little bit more difficult to get, but I mean, if you're looking at her fighter spirit there, like, she is extremely fast, and she's going to be very crucial for PvP play because speed is extremely important. So I think that she's definitely going to be a fighter that's worth getting. I think it's going to be just a matter of priority for you. And you're going to need to look at what other fighters you have already started working on and who you have, to a usable level right now as far as your divination pulls go before you make any decisions on whether or not you want to go for her, right? So when I say that, what I really mean is, do you have Bison at SS yet? Because if you don't, that needs to be your priority. I don't recommend pulling for anyone else in divination until you have Bison to SS, because you want his fighting spirit. You want to work on unlocking that, getting it to level 30. Once you have him there, you can pull for other people. You don't need to push him to SSS. Ideally, in the future, yeah, you do. But as far as like actual functionality and use goes, that is your number one priority. After that, you could go for Summer Ibuki if you want. She is going to be, I think, really good. I've only done a little bit of testing here, like doing the trial, but I'm quite impressed. This trial was extremely easy. I don't want to downplay it, because if you don't use the right teams, then you're going to have a hard time. But she makes it very easy because you're always going to be getting the first hit. And with her speed, you have a lot of damage coming right out of the gate. She does decent damage as well. She's got some trigger damage. She's even doing like some buffing and stuff like that for teams. So I think it's just going to be pretty simple for you guys to go through and do this. And, the reason I say that is because I beat all of these the first try. The key is to make sure that you're using certain fighters, right? So make sure that you are using the best DPS units that you can have. So you want to be using Guile, you want to be using Sea Viper, Fashion Blanca if you have access to it. Jen as well here is really good. Cammy is really nice for her C3, especially when you're coming up against an E Honda. She makes it very easy to take him down. Sometimes you have these matchups where you have E Honda and Elena on the opposite team, and that is very difficult to deal with. There's also the potential of fighting against another Sea Viper, so you just want to make sure that you have the ability to counter teams like that. But if you follow these lineups, the way that I've done it, the combos as well, this should be no problem for you. Now, there is the potential sometimes, like this team that we're going to go up against right now, they're quite fast. There could be some RNG involved in what team wins, but as you can see, I beat it. So even if you do happen to lose, it's just going to be due to RNG. You can very easily just reset and run the same thing again. And eventually it will work for you. It worked for me. It'll work for you too. So if you do happen to lose one, don't worry about it. Don't be confused about that. Just run it back the same way, and you'll probably just beat it right away. Now, I used to do these trials a little faster. I used to speed them up to save time. But I've gotten some comments and honestly complaints about it being too fast. So this is normal speed here. Okay. I have always mentioned in these trials I've done in the past for other new fighter drops that if you need like a moment to copy these, you can just pause the video. Okay. But nobody wants to do that, I guess. So this is going to be how I do them going forward. They're going to just be normal speed. If I still pick it too fast for you, again, just pause the video. Okay. It's not hard to do. I'm taking the time to do all of this work for you to pick out these teams and help you guys beat this quickly. Meet me halfway and just pause the video if it is a little bit too fast for you. I don't need you to write mean comments on our page about it being too fast. So anyway, there's my rant about that. We have one last fight here coming up, and then we'll have the final reward. So hopefully that this video helped you guys out and it helped make things a little bit quicker for you, a little bit easier. I really do enjoy the trials. It's fun to play around with the different teams. It's fun to test out the new units. This is a great way to test the new units as well. So anytime these come out, if you don't know if you want to get a fighter or not, I highly recommend using them in here and just playing the trial back a few times and using their different skills, seeing how they work with other fighters and seeing, like if it's a play style that you like, or if you think that it would be beneficial to you, rather than just saying, oh, new fighter, I need to draw for this, I'm going to use my divination. Make sure that it's actually good, okay? Because sometimes the fighter drops, while they might be, a good fighter, they're not actually going to do anything beneficial for you, so you don't want to just draw for every fighter. You want to focus on the one that you want to build up because it's actually going to be helpful for you. So anyway, guys, that's going to conclude this video. I hope that it helped you guys out. Please take a moment to subscribe, throw a like on the video, leave a comment as well, and I will see you guys in the next one. Cheers.